Howdy folks, so good to be here. Thank you for having me on stage today. So my name is Brendan, of course, you all heard that. And I'm just going to do a quick demonstration today about some of what happens with hypnosis and the power of self-suggestion. And so for my first display, I have a lemon here in my hands. You guys all know what a lemon is. I'm sure you've tasted lemon. I'm sure you've smelled a lemon before. And I don't want to get juice on anything, so I'm going to go up here and go ahead and cut this lemon open so you can see just how juicy it is. And we're going to tear it. Oh, that's a juicy lemon. It's very sour. It's a sour lemon. And if my guess is correct, many of you right now should be experiencing the sensation of increased salivation in your mouth. You saw the lemon in my hand. You know what a lemon tastes like. You know what happens when you have a lemon near you and when you eat one. You just naturally start salivating more. And so I did that to show you guys that that is the power of suggestion. Just by simply seeing the lemon in my hands and hearing me eat it and enjoy the sour taste of the lemon, you guys also had a physical reaction that started in your bodies. So that is a form of hypnosis. That's kind of moving down the line then from there. So I want to establish a couple facts about hypnosis though. There's 3 real myths about how hypnosis functions that I want to kind of touch base on, because it's important to put a sense of reality on this topic, because there's a lot of misinformation. So the first myth is the office space myth, right? The idea where you get stuck. Oh, your hypnotist leaves during the process of you being hypnotized. You're suddenly stuck in it, and now you're going to be stuck in hypnosis for 2 weeks. This does not happen. This is what happens in a situation like that is either A, you would go to sleep and just wake up whenever your body is naturally rested, or B, you would wake up immediately and react to the situation in front of you. You're not numb to reality. You're not numb to the outside world when you're entering that altered state. Second myth I want to talk about is doing things against your will. This idea that, oh, you can be hypnotized to go out and give your bank account number and give all your money to whoever this evil hypnotist is, quote unquote, right? That's simply not how it works. You don't do anything in an altered state, a hypnotized state, that you wouldn't do in a normal waking state. Your morals are not compromised. You're still the same exact person. You still have the same beliefs. It's just that you're more open, more amenable to possible suggestions that you might have followed in your waking state. And so that brings us to our third myth, which is going to be forgetful, like the idea that you forget everything when you go into hypnosis. That's not the case. In fact, most people have the experience that when they go into an altered state of hypnosis, they have an experience of having even a deeper memory of what actually happened around them at the time. And so the experience of being hypnotized actually really does have a lot of positive benefits that you don't lose just because you stop being hypnotized. So, let's do an exercise then. First exercise I would like everyone to participate in is the 4-fold breath. This is an easy one. We talked about this last time I was here. And it's just a 4 count in on your breath, holding for 4 seconds, exhaling over 4 seconds, and then holding your breath exhaled for 4 seconds. So we're going to start off with inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. And one more time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I guess I should be using a microphone.
No, turn it off.
Your voice is loud enough.
Turn it off.
Well, no, thank you guys. Okay, so that just kind of puts everyone centered on the same page. Now we're all vibrating at a much more cohesive frequency on an energetic level. There's a lot of things you could say about it, but let's go ahead and from there then, let's do our next step. We're going to be doing a hand clasp. And so what we do for that is we just take our hands and put them right out in front of you. And then go ahead and take your hands and pull them together and let your fingers interlock. And so as your fingers interlock, feel them becoming closer and tighter together. Feel your hands bonding together. Your hands now almost becoming welded, stronger and stronger together into a singular piece. In fact, your hands now perhaps even imagine them being carved from a single piece of wood. And imagine them being stuck more and more, or glue being poured down over the top of them, and your hands getting stuck more and more together, and stuck more and more together. And you know that when you try to pull your hands apart, you're not going to be able to. You know that no matter how hard you try, your hands are going to remain stuck together when you try. So on the count of 3, I would like you to try now and try to pull your hands apart. See if you could pull those hands apart. So 1, 2, 3, try now. See if you can get them. Okay, great. And so what this is demonstrating, you could stop trying now. What this demonstrates is that if you had trouble pulling your hands apart, that means that you have a greater imagination. And you're more able to accept suggestions from the outside world that may benefit you. So thank you guys for trying the hand clasp right there. And so then from there, we're going to go ahead and we're going to enter an altered state then. We're going to actually enter a state of hypnosis. That just shows then how strong your mind is, your hands being stuck together, how powerful your thought processes actually are on your physical reality. So then let's go ahead and induce hypnosis. We're going to do this by an induction method that is called fractionation. So if we can see above me, there's this lovely tree, right? If you guys would care to cast your gaze upon the lovely tree above me, and then stare at the tree, kind of focus your attention on one spot, relax into it, let it feel it around you, and then what we're going to do is we're going to be counting down. And so in just a moment, I'm going to count down from 10, and then you're going to be closing your eyes and then opening them. And each time closing your eyes, you feel a wave of relaxation moving from the top of your head down, out the tips of your toes. So each number in progression will get you deeper and deeper, more and more relaxed with every word you hear. So let's go ahead and start then. So 10, and your eyes close, and you feel the wave of relaxation move from the top of your head out your toes. And then open, staring at the same spot on the tree. And then we're going to close once again, and that's going to be 9. We're going to feel the relaxation waves moving through our body. And then open, staring once again at that same spot, our focus becoming more and more disengaged with that exact location. 7, we're moving now. More and more numbers are falling away as we continue to count down. They're becoming more and more amorphous, and we allow ourselves to relax into this altered state. We close our eyes and feel that wave of relaxation move down, out through your body and out your toes. Now we're going to be opening our eyes. 6, and then close them one more time and feel that flowing down through your body. And as you relax into this altered state, you realize then just how powerful this change of your consciousness actually can be for you. You realize that these suggestions are getting more deeply implanted in your brain as you're relaxing into them. And that is the process for entering a altered state. We're going to be closing our eyes once again. 5. Letting the energy flow through your body, becoming deeper and deeper entranced into a state of hypnosis. Opening your eyes once again at that same location, closing them down to 3 now. We're skipping numbers. The relaxation of your eyes is becoming more and more magnified. Feel the relaxation around your eyes, all that tiredness from opening and closing and staring up and staring down, becoming more and more relaxed as you continue through this process. And so now we're going to go ahead and imagine we're entering a new scene then from here in this relaxed state. Imagine that we are walking downstairs. There's a set of stairs in front of you. So in your mind's eye, imagine with your eyes closed, stairs in front of you, and you step down the first couple stairs and you go down, 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 and the next stair, down, 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 entering more and deeper into an altered state, allowing your body to naturally relax into this experience, accepting what happens around you as it's going on. And so you take your next steps down the stairs, down, 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 and then you reach a landing, right? And so imagine in your mind's eye right now that you've reached the landing at the bottom of these stairs, and you're on a beach, and you feel the cool breeze coming through, you feel the surf, you feel the sand, you feel the warmth of the sky. But around you, that recognize though that the sun, it's still beating. It's getting hotter now slowly. So maybe you're getting more and more, your temperature is rising as you're standing in the sun. You feel your heat inside your body rising. You feel the heat burning on your face more and more. You see the sun in the sky burning directly onto your skin, and maybe you're starting to feel uncomfortable. I mean, maybe your body is now reacting in a way as that you would when you are in that situation, in that level of heat. So, but then let's now imagine then moving from this warm sensation. Let's imagine a cold front coming through and coming directly off the ocean, directly into us, freezing us from a core, just from the temperature dropping precipitously over time. Imagine yourself being in a really cold area, in a cold beach. The temperature is dropping, ice is now forming. You are freezing. It's getting so cold. Feel free to try to warm yourselves up if you should so require. And that is a imagination process that would put you in a altered state of being. And so this is just showing how we're engaging your subconscious mind. And if these experiences are true for you as they're being described, then you have a greater level of imagination to have them be real. Okay. I think that's a good place to call it for now. I don't think folks are as deeply hypnotized as would be required for me to enter the next step, and so there's a little bit more work that I need to do on this process. But
we'll talk about what would be the next step. Like what would it look like?
Next I was going to do
someone pretend like you're really hypnotized.
I was going to do an example with this fork.
Dave might be hypnotized.
Hypnotize y'all. Who's hypnotized? Dave?
No,
he's napping.
He just looked very peaceful.
Is it because we don't have big enough imaginations?
No, it's because my delivery was a little bit stilted, perhaps.
Well,
that's okay. It's a process.
I think we could have gone down the stairs more.
Yeah, we could have gone down the stairs. I go down the stairs. Stairs is always key. But do we have any questions about the process of hypnosis or the benefits of it even? Because there are so many benefits to hypnosis, and understanding the process of how hypnosis actually functions in the waking state is so crucial to try to disengage with a great deal of the propaganda that comes from so many of these sources. Because if you can name what is actually happening, if you can say like, oh, this is trying to hypnotize me, then it loses its effect. Because as I said earlier, hypnosis is about choices. You have to give in willingly to the hypnotic process in order for any real changes to manifest. So by educating yourself about how hypnosis functions, you can see hypnosis in the world and be like, oh no, I'm not going to listen to those people anymore. They're obviously trying to hypnotize me.
So do you think because maybe this group has a lot of people that are consciously blocking subconscious things happening to them, that they've actually have like a subconscious fence up that doesn't allow that some level?
I think
it makes it tougher?
That is a definite case for a lot of nefarious purposes, but all hypnosis is self-hypnosis, and that's a really important aspect of the process to hone in on.
Choose to do it.
If you don't want to be hypnotized, you cannot be hypnotized. It's that simple. Yes, sir.
Yeah, is affirmation a form of self-hypnosis?
Definitely. Affirmation is a huge factor of that. And so
it's lying to yourself.
Yeah, and affirmation is a way that you can begin to program your subconscious mind effectively in order to create changes in your waking physical world. So there's a great deal of content that goes into hypnosis and ways that you can actually personally utilize it. outside of a going to a live hypnotist. In fact, one of the methods that I really like is, Dave, I'll get to you in 1 second. One of the methods of hypnosis that I like is by reading scripts out loud to yourself, and one of the most effective ways to hypnotize yourself is through your own voice. Your own voice has a great deal of hypnotic effect on your own body, on your own being. And so when you are reading a self-hypnosis script, you are talking to yourself, you're going through the processes mentally, you're engaging with your imagination. That's how you are able to effectively create these meaningful changes over the long term. Dave, you had a question?
Yeah, do you have examples of typical things that people are able to do because they decided to be hypnotized?
Yes.
And they can't do
Normally,
when they're not hypnotized?
Yes. I think one of the most striking examples of that very same question is when hypnosis has been used in many cultures for surgeries, for actually doing physical surgeries on people, cutting into their flesh and enabling them to not feel any pain whatsoever. So they can supersede these impulses by tapping into a deep-rooted centering, this hypnotic thought. But I mean, I think that pretty much covers what I was going to say for now. Do we have any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
So are you helping people in individual hypnosis sessions, like
That's the
working
goal.
on things like that? Yeah.
Moving towards it, I guess that is it. Because if you can help people reprogram their own mind according to their own personal waking will, then you enable them to have so many more capabilities that they were never even conscious about. And so that's why I think hypnosis is such a powerful tool in the arsenal for the freedom of humanity, because it lets you dispel all the programming that has been previously surreptitiously been done to you. So you can decide that, like, oh, these things are no longer working for me, so I'm going to reprogram these old patterns in order to make it something that actually works.
That doesn't look like
So there's a lot of good stuff that goes into hypnosis.
It does.
And I'm really happy to be here talking about that subject with y'all. Any other questions?
I have a comment.
Manju, please.
I think
They don't really want,
Yes.
want to play
watching
with
television
They don't want to play
Total
with
hypnosis, right?
100.
and
We're trying to, I'm
most
not
of
going
us
to play with them.
don't realize it. Especially if we watch it too often.
They don't even want to race
We're
with
not discerning
I'm just
about what we
going to go
watch.
to Napa.
Discernment. That is the key.
Yes.
And that is what I hope to be able to give people more of, the ability to see when something actually is not benefiting them, because there are these negative influences built into it subconsciously that are on this lower level of understanding that your brain can pick up on, but is not in the waking content. It's not in the story, so to speak.
And there's something about like seeing something on the big screen
Yes.
and then keep repeating the same information again and again.
Repetition.
It just totally hypnotizes you and you start taking in things without discerning.
And the size of the screen is a really important facet to this too, and it's an NLP concept, a neuro-linguistic programming concept, where if you want to have an experience have more effect on you in your imagination, in your mind's eye, you blow up the size of the experience. You extend the size of the screen where the experience is playing on your mind's eye. So when you're increasing the sizes of these experiences, you're engaging with them more, you're giving more attention to them, but you can do the alternate as well. If you have an experience you want to distance yourself from in your mind's eye, you can use your imagination to change your relationship with that. And when you have a thought and you're taking this negative experience and you're moving it further away from your point of view in your mind's eye, it becomes less effective. It has less of an effect on you. So you can consciously do these kind of things in order to create a better world between your own ears. And one of the strategies, I'll get to you right now in a second, Dave, but one of the strategies that I find really effective for that in particular is the idea of using the command, the self-command, to cancel. So if there's an idea...
Cancel culture?
It's, no, a little kind of like that. But if let's say there's an idea that comes into your periphery, that comes into your mind, something that you don't want there, even like a song, maybe it's a terrible song that's like, I don't want this. You can use the strategy where you just cancel. You just tell yourself over and over again, every time that thought comes up, cancel, 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 cancel. And you can actually reprogram your subconscious mind through that experience alone. So there's a lot of really cool tricks that you can use in order to be influencing yourself to have a more positive experience, a more positive waking experience. You had a question, Dave.
Well, something I haven't tried, but I thought I'd run it by you is when I have something to do that I really don't want to do, I'm not looking forward to doing it. I'm expecting not to enjoy doing it. And I'm thinking, if you put a little practice in to say, this thing that I have to do, I'm going to enjoy doing it, because you can think of all the reasons that you need to do it. You're going to solve problems, whatever it is. You concentrate on that and hypnotize yourself, and then this thing that you had to do that you didn't want to do and you were going to hate doing, then you do it and you're happy doing it. Would that work?
It would, and I think there's an even deeper level you can take that, and this goes once again to neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, and that's the idea of that using an experience that you do have a good feeling about, going to an experience that you know that you love, something that you are absolutely ecstatic about, and then transferring that experience and bundling it with the one you don't want. So that way you can actually train your mind to be having a positive experience when you teach it to have the same emotional reaction to the good thing as you have had the bad thing.
I've done that my whole life, and I called it mind fucking myself, but I didn't realize it was like self-hypnosis.
Yeah,
I just mind fucked myself into thinking that was fun.
And a lot
like,
of these
it was
NLP
good.
strategies that you see, they're part and parcel to larger, not even NLP strategies, they're just how humans live. They're how humans function on a basic level. They're how we are able to interact with our surroundings.
Coping mechanism.
And exactly, that's literally, you could say that about so much. But yeah, so glad.
So I have one question.
Yes.
How do you unhypnotize the people around you?
That's a great question. Well, I mean,
Like start taking the mask off in front of them.
Wake up, wake up, wake up!
I mean that can be a
Like,
good strategy.
I'm just wondering, like, for people that are like diehard maskers, like, how do you like?
Hypnotize them into
I mean, that's the thing though, is that they have to want to do it. You can't trick someone into doing something against their own will.
But they did it with TV and all.
Oh, they were tricked.
They weren't tricked.
That's true. You make a good
They
point.
were tricked once, so you can do it again.
And I guess no, that's a crucial point. You're 100% correct. You're 100% correct with that. And you know what? The answer is I don't have an answer. I'll come back and tell you guys next time.
I was just thinking, like, maybe I need to walk around with the mask and then keep taking it
who are
off.
programmed.
So they can see, oh, we can take it off.
People are
Yeah, I mean that might be a really interesting way to
Like, what
affect
else?
people subconsciously, you know, and that there is
What about
a
the
lot
people
of
who nose mask in
mirroring
the car?
that can occur
Nose
with
is out.
how you're able to influence others,
and they're wearing gloves.
And yes, sir, Dave.
You just tell them it's hard for me to understand you because I can't see your mouth.
Oh, we've done that.
But
That
just
doesn't-
keep saying what?
That doesn't
What?
Well,
What?
it works sometimes.
Huh?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I had to, the UPS lady walked up with the mask and I'm like, so why are you doing this?
Dangerous male.
And she goes, I'm protecting you. I'm like,
I'm
"You need
protecting you.
protection."
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Don't put this on me, ma'am.
It's my fault. You have my permission.
Well, it's really good to talk in front of you guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I wasn't able to hypnotize y'all as much as I.
That's okay.
You were?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Oh, you were? That's fantastic. Thank you.
See, you should have kept going.
I should have
We
kept
could have got
going.
somebody to act like
I
a
had
monkey or
a
something.
a bit about like having someone be an alien and then a translator. It was the whole thing.
We can try it again at the end of the night, maybe.
Hey, Paul,
I don't know.
Yes.
if you want somebody to act like a monkey, I'll do it.
Well, you could pretend. I mean, we could pretend you're hypnotized.
Well,
So-
that's a part of it too. Is it?